Welcome guys, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to see how we can put the notification using a pusher. So if someone registers on our website, we will get a notification on the fly. So here if you see, we get on the right top corner. So I have a separate browser window open, and there if I put, let's say here, if I say Roger, so let's say some other user just registered, clicks here, and we notify here. So every user get to see who joined our website. So if you want to put something like this in your website, this is the video for you. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we're gonna make it from scratch. So currently I have the browser open here. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go to Google and simply gonna say Laravel. Composer command is given here. I copy this command, go to the Visual Studio, and here I'm going to open the terminal. So I'm gonna go to desktop, and in desktop I'm going to run this command. So here it is example app. I'm gonna call it pop-up app. So we're gonna call our application pop-up, and it is gonna create it. So currently it is generating the files here, you can see, and yeah, so far so good. So it has done it. We have our application open, so we can drag and drop here as well. Trust the author, and this is the env file, and here we are going to change a few things. But before that, we need to go to the pusher website. So if you go to pusher and just search for it, and then you need to log in. All right, once you're logged in with the pusher website, you will be coming on the screen where we have to click on get started with channels. So you can click there. It is going to ask you the app name. So we are going to call our application pop-up app, and I'm gonna select what is AP1 for now. You can select based on the cluster based on your location. I'm gonna select AP1 for now. And for the front end, we are going to see it's basic JavaScript. So I'm going to use a jQuery instead, so that's going to be quite simple. In the back end, we will going to be using Laravel, and I click create app, and it gives us some settings. So here for the JavaScript part, we have the code given, as well as for the Laravel part. Now one by one, we are going to set up this in our application. So let's do that. Alright guys, so maybe you want to install this pop-up system in your website, in your current Laravel website. So what are we gonna do? We gonna get it running on our welcome page just to see like how we can integrate it. So we have a welcome page here. Now currently we are not seeing this because the server is not running. So let's do that. Let's first of all get the server running. I open the terminal and in PHP artisan and serve, so that we have at least server running. So now it is running on port 8000. So I go here, localhost, and port 8000. So we should have our Laravel application, and I want to put our pop-up here. So I'm going to use the welcome.blade as that is powering this page. So if I go here, you can see that we have here some text Laravel has wonderful throughout, and then that is showing up here. So if I put I say here 1 2 3 in front of it, and then I go back here and refresh, and you will see that it is updating. So in your application you might have layouts file, so maybe in layout file you want to add this. It's totally up to you. So in this case we don't have any layout file, so I'm using the welcome.blade as a default page. So if I go back to pusher website, we have this code given, and basically here they have some text showing up, and then there is some script going on top. So what I want to do, we just gonna copy this script portion. Rest we gonna leave it here because we want to integrate it in our website. So here on top and head, I go and paste this code just like that. So I'm passing it here, and if you see here, what happening is it's enabling the pusher and then passing a key here. Now this key is related to the app that you just registered, and by default it has an event it is looking for inside a channel, which is my channel. So you can give it a different name. Instead of my channel, you might want to call it uh, let's call it pop-up dash channel. So this is a pop-up channel, and what the event is going to be user dash register. All right, so we want to in here in this example I will just have a user and a name input which is going to display, but you will might want to put it inside a user form, so once user successfully registered. So now we have a channel, and inside that we have an event we are looking for, and once that event occurs we are alerting it. All right, this is so far it is. Now rest, if we go back to the documentation, scroll down, you will notice that they are advising to install a pusher package. So we need to do that. So copy this, go back to your application, your Laravel application, and there you need to run this command. So I'm going to put it and run it, and we need to wait till it completes and it is all done. Now all right, now let's see what more things we need to do. Go back to Fisher website. We have here some configuration. So app key, app ID, and app secret. If you noticed that app key is familiar to the one we have here, so that's being passed in pusher. So I'm gonna go in the .env, and by default there are going to be some pusher settings here. You can see here. So we need to update it according to the setting configuration provided here. So I copy this and go back here to .env. First three is the app ID, app key, app secret. We need to replace it. And the app cluster is the one that we are using. In our case, app cluster is AP1. If you're using any different, then you will be passing that one. So I'm gonna pause it here like so. So it's fine now. Now if we go back again, what else they are saying here for the option cluster, we have it there, use TLS true. I'm gonna skip it for now. So at last we come to a PHP file or a Laravel file. Basically this is displaying as event file. If you notice here, my event. So in Laravel you can have events, and you can call those events something like this. So we need to create an event, and for creating event, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go to Google again, as Google is our best friend. Here we say Laravel event, so that we can see what is the procedure for events. So if you go to events, there you should get a command. So here it is, PHP artisan make event and podcast processed. In our case, we want something else. It's not postcards we are working with. So what we do, we go here and we put the command, and I want to change this event for I say user register event, or you don't need to pass the event itself inside it, that's totally fine. So user registration and registration. All right, so it creates an event for us. So if the command ran fine, we can go in app, and there we will see an events directory, and there is user registration event. So that's is the one we need to work on now. So here, if you notice, we will be using the broadcasting, Laravel broadcasting. So for that, we need to change a few things. So if you go to the .env file, here you need to look for broadcasting driver, because by default it's going to log the broadcast. We don't want that. We are using pusher, so we want to pass here as pusher. Now we want to update our event. So if I go to registration.php, here you will notice that we have broadcast on, and as well as we have the constructor. So the thing here is we need to define some variables here, and we will be using the broadcasting. So on top, if you see, Laravel already included some files for us, so we can use them. So here, first of all, user registration event, we want to use an interface. So for that we say implement, and that interface is already provided to us here, and it should broadcast. So we just know how to use it so that we can use this feature from Laravel. Now, second thing, I want to create a variable. So I say here a public variable, so public dollar, as we are going to check for a username, so we can create it like that. So it's a dollar name. So we are checking this. Now, what do we say? All right, we're gonna receive a dollar username, and we want to assign that dollar username to the above variable. So we say here dollar this, and name is equal to dollar name. So the one we are getting, just pass it to this one. All right. Now we have broadcast on. Now, broadcast on has a private channel. Private channel is something when you need to authenticate, and that is not what we are going to do in this video. We just want to do the broadcasting. So we just simply remove the private from here, and this stays like channel and the channel name. Now, the channel class is already included by Laravel on top. You can see here channel and as well as private channel. So whichever you want to use, you can use. I already called for channel. Now we want to pass the channel name, and if you recall, I added the channel name here as a pop-up channel. So we can use that. Go here, make sure your channel name matches. So I just pass it here. Broadcast on. Now we need another function here as well. That is going to be the event. So what do we want to do? We say public function, and I'm gonna call here broadcast. And this is going to be as. All right, and inside this function, what do you want to do? We want to return the event name. So just like so. Now, what is the event name? So we'll go back to welcome.blade. Here we have user-register. So copy that. Come back here, put in here. So okay, I missed the R, I think, yeah. All right, so this is the event that is going to be. So when you want to put a comment, you can put comment to. All right, so far so good. Now, the thing is, we have an event. We are also checking here as well. Now, how this all will make the communication. Now, that's the part where we're gonna work. So I go to routes, and there is web.php. Here we are defining a route where we are saying load the welcome page, and that is what Laravel is doing, loading this welcome page. So if I go here and comment this, and I say here echo, and I say here from here, this will do the same thing. It will show us echo from here. So the point is, yeah, this is where we define our routes, and this is the route we need. So here, this route is there. Now, what I want to do for our welcome, we have it. We don't need to create any route, but we need a route for our form. So we need to create one. So I'm going to copy this and paste here. And we can create a controller and function, but that is totally up to you if you want to do it. For this purpose, currently I'm just gonna make the function working from here, as it's not that much because our more concern is the pop-up. So here I say fire event. I call it this fire event, and what it is going to do, it is going to call fire event file. We don't have it, so let's create it. I create a file here. It's going to be fire event. Or instead, we can say here user registration dot blade dot php. All right. I'm just going to copy the name from here and go back here because because basically we are firing the event when we are registering the user. So you will be adding something like this in your registration form. So here we create a form, and form going to be like this, and method going to be the post method here. In Laravel we use CSRF, so we need to CSRF field for security purposes, so you need to add that. Then we put the input, that's going to be text, and what we are doing here, we are passing the username basically, so we need to pass a name here. Another field going to be input, which is going to be type of submit. So we will simply submit this form. This form will go we need to create another route as well. So this route will display as the form. So if I go to /users, let's go there. So if I put here like this, we have a form there. Now on click of the submit query, which is here, actually passes a value. So submit. Alright, so when we click the submit button, what happens? It is going to be a post request, and we need to catch it here. So it's going to be to the same, and I'm going to say post. Alright, now to get the data from the post, you can get it. So we say here $name equals request, and what we are looking for is name. Alright, and this name we need to pass in our event. Now if it is getting confusing, don't worry, it will be clear, bear with me here. So very soon we will see how it works. So here I simply call event, and inside this event I want to call the event we created, which is the user registration. So let's call that user, and it is user registration event, right? So it calls it. Now as it is called here, it should be included on top, so that's important. Now this is a class, we are instantiating it, so we need to pass the $name here, and that's what we need because our constructor is looking for it. So if I pass here, so you can see user registration will get $name. If I go to user registration event in the constructor, you will see that name will come here. It will be assigned to this $name. So yeah. Now in this case we don't need any view, so we can remove this line. Now let's see what happens. So if I go to the website, and I'm gonna open here localhost, not localhost, it's localhost 8000. Alright, now if I right click and inspect and go to console.log, we shouldn't have any error. And we have some things going on from the pusher side, and if you notice why this might be, because in the welcome.late we have the pusher starting and getting here. Another thing for the for showing and working with the jQuery, we need the jQuery CDN, so let's get that quickly as well. So jQuery CDN, simply go to the CDN up and minified, copy that, go back to the main welcome.late, paste here. Alright, so parse it good. Alright, now let's go back to the Laravel side. Here we have this. So what I do, I go back to pusher. Here we have a debug console, we click there. Now here we have event creator, so we can create an event here. The only thing is we need to pass our channel and event name and pass the data. So in our case, our channel name is popup channel, so just get that, go here, paste here, and the event name is user-register. Go back, paste here. Here we can pass an object or string, a pass string, success, and I hit send. Actually, what I do, I take this out, here, and when you hit it, you can see here that we got an alert. An alert is the success, the what we are saying here to alert. So if you want to say like anything else, you can edit here. Now for working with this is something that is an event fired and we are catching it on the page. So this is working fine on welcome.play. But we want to fire this event not from pusher itself. We want to fire this event from our Laravel app when a user registered. So for that, what we need to do, we need to run from this form. So if I go back to here, we have registration, user registration. I pass here something, and I first go back here. And I say here Roger, and I hit submit. And this time it fired again. You got name as Roger. So that's brilliant. So you can see that in someone registered in our application on any other page, we have an alert. Now we need to show it as a pop-up, a proper pop-up, not just like this. So now let's make it a pop-up, proper pop-up. So go back here, and here I simply say Google, and then I say toastr JS. Alright, the first thing you get a GitHub link, click on that. Now there you will get the CDNs. So here we have two CDN modified, JS and CSS, so we need both of these. I copy this, go back to our application. In welcome page we want to show it. In your case you might be using a layout file, so you can call it there. So I'm simply gonna call here link, pass the CSS, and after that I'm gonna pass the JS. So the JS, alright, copy this, go back here, and script, and source, and pass the link. Perfect. Now we have it. So here, instead of alerting it, now if you remember, the alert was name. I closed it already. So here you see data name Roger. So we can ask for data.name. So let's do that. So here, if I go back to the website, so give the notification a pop-up type, we need to do something like this, toastr.info or toastr.success, so whatever you prefer. So let's add the success in this case. Copy this, go back there, and I'm gonna paste this here, and here I'm gonna pass this cut, then here I'm gonna say dot name, because the name is the property we want to show. So it's gonna be showed this username has joined our website. All right, so it will do the job what we want it to do. Okay, let's try again. So what we need to do, so if someone goes to our application, he goes to registration form. So refresh the page here. Now this time let's call it menu is there and trying to register. I need to refresh here too. And now I hit it. I get undefined has joined. Okay, we have an issue. Here it is saying name, data name, menu, that's fine. Where we have the stringify, the dot name, it should go inside it, and then it will display the name properly. So now we need to refresh the page. Now the passing data here, if I refresh and hit resend, you will see that Manu has joined our website. So if you want it to be displayed as a bit different, instead of green, or you want as info, pass it info. As it is changed in our front end file, we need a refresh here, not from the backend. Backend is fine. So here, if I resend, we will get Manu has joined our website. So this is how you can put it in your website, and you can track everything on your pusher. So if you go here, overview, and here you will see the connections and the message sent today and all the details. You can check for their pricing. They have to some limit you can use it freely, so you can even add in your website. That's totally fine for development as well as for testing. Hope this video helped you. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like it, and thank you for watching. If you have any question, visit Zarx.biz, add the question in the forum field, and there I will answer it and try to help you out there. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.